Motorists have witnessed physical abuse related to a driving incident in the last 12 months. That's according to a new survey from the RAC. Its poll indicates nearly half have seen verbal abuse dished out to another motorist this year, whilst almost 2/3 think road rage is more common than it was a decade ago. The RAC says the behaviour could be due to a combination of factors such as the pressure of modern life, a reliance on the car for so many journeys, and record traffic volumes leading to congestion. Well, I'm interested to hear from you. Are you seeing more road rage? Have you been on the receiving end of road rage? And I wonder as well, and I'm going to ask this question, I don't know if anyone's prepared to be honest and answer it, but I wonder if you admit you yourself do get angry when you're driving. Maybe you admit that you yourself have lost your temper and may even have gone as far as exhibiting the symptoms of road rage. 08081 008800 for your story, for your view. Andrew is in Kings Langley. He's a former taxi driver. Good morning to you, Andrew.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning. So what about you? Have you experienced road rage?
Well, over the years when I was taxi driving, I experienced it on a very regular basis and got involved in all sorts of odd occasions. But now I do landscape gardening, so I don't do so much driving, but I still encounter the odd one. And I did so, quite a serious one, earlier this year.
What happened?
I was driving through Kings Langley High Street, and some guy pulled out from, I think the Vicarage Road lane it's called, and I had to do an emergency stop, and my little dog was in the front, and she went flying to the floor, and he wound his window down and started hurling abuse at me. So I shouted some awful expletives at him, which I couldn't repeat on the radio.
Right. I'd rather you didn't. Yeah, I've got a mortgage to pay.
And I think it hit the spot, whatever I told him, and I carried on, and he proceeded to follow me.
Oh.
So he caused the altercation, and then he decided to take it even further.
So you looked in your rearview mirror and you thought, oh, God.
Yeah, but luckily, prior to that, I ordered something online to protect myself, because there's two ways you can deal with this. It's fight or flight. And there's so much knife.
Is this where you're going to tell me you took out a sawn-off shotgun from the boot of your car?
No, I've got something online. I've got it from Amazon. It's quite legal. Right. And it's called a criminal identifier. It's a small little aerosol which you can hold in the palm of your hand. Yeah. And if you have been attacked, you can aim it at someone and it will immobilise them. They won't be able to see you. And it gives you a chance to get away. And I'm glad I had it with me, because when I pulled up at traffic lights at London Bridge, this bloke proceeded to get out of the vehicle and he had an object in his hand. And it looked like a knife or a screwdriver.
Oh, God.
And as he approached my vehicle, I opened the window and I let this canister go at him, and it completely disabled him. And
so what is it like CS spray then? You spray it in the eyes?
It's actually called TIW, Farber Gel Spray, Criminal Identifier, emergency use only. And it comes out with such a force that you could hit someone from 10 feet. It doesn't do any permanent damage, but it's a strong gel dye, which won't be able to be washed off for at least about 4 or 5 days.
So, hang on a minute.
I haven't finished. So when I've done that, he was rubbing all his eyes. He couldn't see anything. He dropped his weapon, which was a kitchen knife. And then I walked round to his car, and I completely sprayed the whole front of his windscreen, so when he did recover, he wouldn't be able to drive off. And that was it, and I drove away with great satisfaction.
So hang on a minute. I'm going to have to look this stuff up. So what is it called? Criminal Identifier Spray?
Yes, it's legal. It's called TIW, Farb-Gel-Spray.
TIW?
Yeah, Farb-Gel-Spray, Criminal Identifier. I can hear you tapping away there.
I am looking. I'm looking at it. Pepper spray, UK legal.
Yes. Well, it's not pepper. It's like a gooey dye. It's really sticky and horrible.
Right. So this guy, he comes to the window of your car, armed with a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
And you squirted him in the face with red gel.
Yeah. completely covered, and also the cars that were parked up nearby were actually applauding.
So, what was he doing while you drenched his face in this red gel?
Well, it's the first time I've used it, so I was really taking it all in. And I was amazed how good it worked. Then I thought, well, once you've used it, you've got to finish it off. It's a one only. So I thought I'd spray his car with it at the same time and make use of it.
Right. And then what happened? You got in your car and drove off quick before he regained his sight?
Oh, I scarpered quick, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right. And are you sure this is legal? It doesn't sound, I mean, taking away someone's ability to see doesn't sound terribly legal, but
if someone's got a knife on the Johnson, you'd do anything like that.
Oh, yeah, no, I accept
and also, I did have the incident captured on dashcam.
Hang on, what, the spraying?
No, I couldn't because that was behind the car, but the actual incident where he pulled out.
Such a shame.
But the audio, you could hear the audio on the dashcam, him shouting and screaming. You couldn't see him. He was so gobsmacked.
What was he saying when he'd realised he couldn't see anymore because you'd sprayed him with this dye?
I can't tell you what I was saying to him, mate. I really can't.
What was he saying?
I can't even say that.
Was he just kind of floundering about?
He was floundering about, waving his arms about, and of course, while he was trying to brush it off his face, it was rubbing it in, so you couldn't even see it. I don't know how long it lasts, I haven't got a clue, but you certainly will think twice again about...
So all over begun as him pulling out in front of you, and you not being very happy with him, ended up with him floundering about in the middle of the road, completely covered in red dye, unable to see, and having had the front windscreen of his car completely covered in the stuff as well.
I gave his knife. I didn't pick up the knife. I gave it a hefty kick, kicked it out the way. I don't know where that ended up. But,
right. And then you did a runner.
I did, yeah.
Leaving this carnage in the middle of Kings Langley High Street.
It was funny. It wasn't, but it is now when you talk about it.
If he's listening now...
I'll just say, if he's listening to me now, mate, I bet you're dying to see me.
Andrew, thank you very much indeed. 08081 008800. Well, I've heard it all now. Squirting someone in the face. Amanda, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning. You're a bus driver, so have you experienced road rage?
Yeah, but not like that. I can't beat that. I'm going to put my hand up and say, yeah, he wins that one.
Oh, dear.
I have. I experienced it fairly regularly.